plasma cells, these B cells are converted into plasma cells, and these plasma cells will form antibody and memory cells. Now, memory cells are those cells which help us after we recover from that disease. These memory cells will remember the type of antigen which has come into contact with our body. Now, these memory cells are just like a reserve army of our body. Now, if the reinfection occurs, these memory cells will take severe action against that type of antigen. Now, after the humoral immunity, now we will discuss about the cell-mediated immunity, which is performed by our T cells of our body. Remember, these B cells and T cells are types of lymphocytes. Lymphocyte is again type of WBCs, white blood cells. Now, T cells are of three types. T helper cells. These are first category of cells which act as messenger. They take some messages of antigen and spread them throughout our immune system, inform B cells and other cells to take action. Second type of cells, T cells, is called cytotoxic cells. These cytotoxic cells take direct action. They will directly attack on the bacteria. They make pores into the cell wall of bacteria and make them rupture due to osmotic pressure. When they make hole in the body of the bacteria, in the cell wall of the bacteria, the water enters into the bacteria and results the rupturing or bursting of that bacteria. So these T cells are known as cytotoxic cells. Cells which are toxic to the antigen, toxic to the bacteria or any pathogen. Third category is the suppressor T cells, TS cells. These are the type of cells which suppress our immune system after its activation. When pathogens enter in our body, they trigger our immune system, they turn on our immune system. Now, after taking actions, now our immune system should be shut down. Suppressor cells turn off our immune system. If our immune system runs with long time, then it will be damaging our own cells. T cell receptors. These are known as the MHC1 and MHC2. Major histocompatibility 1 and major histocompatibility 2. MHC2 acts with antibodies and MHC1 acts with other hormones just like interleukins and interferons when viral infection occurs within our body. Now, these cytokines are important hormones of our immune system. They are also known as lymphokines. There are two types of them, interleukins and interferons. They are vital against the viral infection. They prevent the viral infection in our body. Now, there are two types of immunity: active immunity and passive immunity. Active immunity again is categorized into two: natural active immunity and artificial active immunity. Now, in active immunity, antigen enters in our body either naturally or artificially. Whereas in passive immunity, there is introduction of antibodies within our body. So this is the major difference in these things, in these two categories. In active immunity, antigens are introduced. In passive immunity, antibodies are introduced in our body. Now, the active immunity. Now, immunity acquired by our own immune response as a consequence of natural infection is known as natural active immunity. Immunity acquired artificially by vaccination is said to be artificial active immunity. Generally, any antigen from environment enters in our body, it triggers natural active immunity. But sometimes we artificially introduce some antigens into the body of a person to boost its immune system. Now, this introduction of antigens into that person is artificial. It is also known as the artificial active immunity, and this is the part of immunization. This is also called as the vaccination process. Now, through vaccination or immunization, we will strengthen our immune system to combat the diseases. We will artificially introduce some half-dead pathogens into our body. Now, our body will produce B cells, T cells, our immune system will be triggered and memory cells are produced. We have vaccination of polio, TB, small R chickenpox, and hepatitis B, etc. Now, both cases involve antigen entering in the body. Passive immunity, it is the transport of antibody, remember antibody, into an organism is called passive immunity. Now, there are two types of passive immunity. Either we introduce antibody naturally or artificially. The natural passive immunity, for example, a pregnant woman passes some antibodies to her fetus naturally through placenta or breastfeeding. This type of immunity is called natural passive immunity, introduction of antibodies. Now, artificial passive immunity, when, for example, rabies is treated by injecting antibodies derived from a vaccinated person, because we know that a vaccinated person has antibodies in its blood. So we will take blood of that which is already vaccinated with rabies. Now that person's blood has antibodies, so those antibodies are purified, extracted from the blood of that person. Doses are made and they are introduced into the patients of rabies to prevent them from further damage or from further severity of the disease. Now, the last point of this lecture is difference between primary immune response and the secondary immune response. The primary immune response is the first time response of our immune system. The first exposure of an antigen to the immune system triggers formation of clones effector cells. It is a slower response because that person's body don't know much about that antigen. So development of effector cells takes about 5 to 10 days. Finally, memory cells are produced either after the disease or before the disease. A person may develop any disease or may not develop any disease. In secondary immune response, there is always risk of reinfection with the same pathogen. It is a quicker response because already memory cells are produced within the immune system of that person, because that person has already been exposed to that type of antigen. So it develops within 3 to 5 days. Its actions are much quicker than the primary immune response. It is due to the antibody already produced memory cells which are present in the immune system of that person. So these are major categories and major points of immune system. Inshallah, next time we will further discuss more in detail, more deeply about the actions of immune system and different types of cells which are acting within our immune system. Now these videos are for my students and I am just waiting for the feedback. Either that feedback may be positive or negative. Please give me feedback on these videos.